Are you like me and you want to spend more quiet time with God, but you're not exactly sure what to do or how to do it? I was like that a couple of months ago, and I have developed a routine that I really enjoy, and I hope you'll enjoy too. Stay tuned. What's up, guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today I want to talk about my quiet time routine with God. Over the last couple of months, I'm sure all of us have had, a come to Jesus moment where things were just way out of our control. Anxiety, depression, we were emotional, whatever the case was. I had all of those issues, and I realized that there was nothing on this earth that could make me feel better. And so I decided that I was going to start to get closer to God, but I didn't know how. So this is a routine that I've developed that actually works really well for me. I'm really enjoying it in my new journey and my new walk with Christ. Just a little bit of a backstory. I have been a Christian for the last almost 21 years. And I've never really had a deep relationship with God. It's always been very surface level. And a couple of months ago, I felt like I heard a sermon by my pastor, and he said that you don't want to get to the end of your life and God says to you, I don't know you. And those words rattled through my head for days. And I said, how do I get closer to Christ? So I started to do research, and this is the routine that I developed for myself. So when I start out, I typically will either begin with worship songs, or I will begin with the Bible app, the U Bible app. I may just sit and quietly journal my thoughts to God. I'll do a separate video on that. But whatever the case is, I just get started. And for you, I would say just get started. If you have to listen to worship music, which is one of the easiest way to feel the presence of God, I would absolutely just do it. So if I'm listening to worship music, I will do a top 10 worship songs. But then if I'm journaling, I will typically journal in this notebook right here. It is pretty full. We are like literally at the end of it right now. But I will just write down the things that I feel like I need to talk to God about. And we always got something that we need to talk to God about. And granted, God already knows, but to just be able to come to him and just to talk to him about it, like I feel super comforted in that. After that, I will begin with the Jesus is Calling by Sarah Young. Now, you want to be careful with this. The one thing that I do not like about this is that Sarah Young almost takes on the voice of God in here, which threw me for a loop at the beginning. But in every writing that she has, at the bottom, hold on. At the bottom of each of the works, so sometimes I'll correct her. Sometimes I correct the author, right? But at the bottom, it will say the verses or chapters in the Bible, the books, the verses, and the chapters in the Bible that she got this information from. And so I'll go back and I'll look at it and I'll look through it and I'll read the context of it just to see if what she was saying was what God was saying and if that was what it meant for me. I do like this a lot, but I know that you want to be really careful when you're reading something like this because, like I said, she takes on the voice of God and you don't want to be hearing false voices. So after that, then I'll prepare to read. I will absolutely 100% go to this book right here. This is the Bible study by Zach Windahl. And I have really been enjoying this. It definitely gives you questions kind of to ask yourself ways to apply what's being taught to you if it can be applied. It asks you questions. It gives you the who, what, when, where, and why of what is going on in each chapter. I really, really, really enjoy it. It also gives you some key verses, themes of each chapter, and it breaks down each section of each book for you. And on top of giving you some vocabulary words, not necessarily vocabulary in the sense that this is a word and go define it, more so in the sense of these are words to look for. And these are themes of this book. These are words to look for. So that's kind of what it gives you for that. As you can see on the outside, I have some orange tabs. These are when I come to a question that I can't answer. And if I come to a question that I can't answer, I continue on. I don't stop, because my goal is to read the entire Bible in the next year. So I want to have it completely read in the next year. I have so far read Genesis. I have read Mark, Matthew, Luke, John, Acts, Romans, 1 Corinthians, 2 Corinthians, and I'm on Galatians. But I try to at least read one book per week. And so if that means that I'm reading 4 verses or if I'm reading 10 verses, I try to make sure that I don't go past 7 days of each one. And in my Bible, sometimes I'll write different, things that I got out of it, or things that could apply to my life, just whatever kind of comes to me when I'm reading, that's what I do. So once I finish with the Bible study, after that, then I'll prepare to read. And sometimes it'll be after that or before that I'll turn on my Bible app and I will listen to the chapters from the book that I am reading. I will pray about what I'm getting ready to read. And then I'll go ahead and read the Bible. Now, I know you heard me say earlier that I listen to the Bible as well. So I listen to it and then I will physically read it. I've always had issues with reading comprehension. Yes, I have a master's degree. Yes, I went to school for 100 years of my life. No, I was never diagnosed with any type of reading disabilities or anything like that. But personally, I believe that I have that. So for me, a lot of times it works a lot better if I hear it first, read it second, and hear it again. And that works for me. And then when I have these questions and things that I can apply to it, that just really helps with my understanding of each chapter. Now, will I remember each chapter? Girl, maybe not. But I'm working on it. So what I want to do first is I want to read through the entire Bible, and then I want to go back and reread it, but I want to dissect each book as a whole. So I'm gonna get this first reading on, and then next year we're gonna start dissecting. So stay with me on this journey, right? But other than that, I will, after I'm done reading, if I have time. So before my job reopens and allowed us to come back, this process was taking me about 2 hours a night, because I was doing this and then I would also do a separate devotional. And then when my job allowed us to come back on, I was like, girlfriend, like, you can't be up, 2 hours every night, and you have to be in the bed before 9. So I kind of cut it down. And so if I'm doing a devotional, which right now I'm not doing a specific devotional, but if I'm doing a devotional, I will add that in some way, some shape, some form. And it may end up being that I have to listen to the words of the Bible on my Bible app on the way to work, and then I will do my devotional at night. I am not a morning person. A lot of people get up and they pray to God and they do all of those things. And I do try to say prayers to God, usually in my slumber as I'm waking myself up. But I am not a morning person. Working on it, but I'm not really a morning person. I don't jump out of bed ready to tackle life. I jump out of bed, I want to go back to bed. But I'm definitely working on that. And so I would just say to you, if you are a beginner and you are wanting to start doing something, start simple. Start listening to worship music. You can listen to your Bible on your phone if that's easier for you, or you can just write. You can just journal to God Thank God. Talk to God about anything that you need to say. Pray for people. Like whatever it is that you need to do, write down scriptures. Whatever it is that you feel that you need to do for yourself, do it. And I say do it because the most important relationship that you are ever going to have in your life is the relationship that you have with Christ. So, aside from that, guys, that is everything that I do. Those are all of the materials that I use in my journaling and Bible time and my quiet time with the Lord. If you'd like me to do other videos like that, please leave a comment below, ask questions. If I can't answer it, I'll find an answer for you, and I will find the right answer for you. But thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.